I don't remember how many reviews I've done. This is my fourth review, and today I'm going to be reviewing Queenadreena's The Butcher and the Butterfly. Yep. So I just got this today. I'd ordered it off eBay, and it took a while to come because it was coming from France, but it has come, so now we get to review it. Now, I just want to give a little bit of, not really context, just sort of, not really background either, just sort of a explanation of who is this woman. Well, this is Katie Jane Garside, and she is a massive inspiration personally to me for her looks and her music, obviously. She's a woman in rock, and if you know me, you know I absolutely adore women in rock, and especially her, because she garnered a lot of attention for her looks. She didn't have the usual sort of messy look of a female rock star. She has a more sort of odd look, like a female rock star. So she garnered attention for having flowers in her hair and having messy hair, but like really messy. There's actually a song on this called Bird Nest Hair, which I think is very fitting for her because her hair does look like a bird nest. That's what got her a lot of attention in the media. She did not get attention with this band, funnily enough. This is Queenadreena. She got attention with the band Daisy Chainsaw. Daisy Chainsaw was, I think there's a lot of different genres you could probably class Daisy Chainsaw under. Daisy Chainsaw, I personally think, is noise rock, but then people are calling it a UK post-punk outlet, so I'm guessing that it was sort of both. Some bands can be multi-genre, which I personally do like, and I do like this genre. Queenadreena, particularly, is alternative rock, and I am personally a really big fan of alternative rock, particularly bands that are like Queenadreena. So yeah, Queenadreena is a really good band, and it was formed after Daisy Chainsaw by ex-Daisy Chainsaw members. So a lot of the people in this have been in Daisy Chainsaw. That's why Daisy Chainsaw and Queenadreena have a very similar sound. Queenadreena is obviously alternative rock, as I just stated. However, there are elements of Daisy Chainsaw inside Queenadreena, which you can sort of point out and spot. And these are mostly sort of the childishness of Queenadreena, personally, while they're reminiscent of sort of childlike subjects, like just like sort of scattered in there, like things you would feel as a young teenager, possibly. That's why I really like this album, because like, you know, you're gonna get angry, you gotta get angry to Queenadreena. So yeah, I understand that after Daisy Chainsaw, Katie did not like being in the limelight. She might have been on a lot of drugs. I think she personally was on a lot of, yeah, I checked the Wikipedia, no, I checked what other fans were saying, and they were saying that she did go to the Lake District and get high or something, which is typical Katie Jane Garside, obviously. But, yeah. So we're going to review the CD now. Now this is, I understand, this is not the first album of Queenadreena. This is Queenadreena's second album, I believe. I'll have to check that, actually, because I understood it was made in 2005. Before this, they had an album called Drink Me, which is a really good album, but you can tell the difference. Drink Me has a different tone. This has a different tone. Again, in each of Queenadreena's albums, the tone takes a rapid sort of turn, and this particular one does take a turn into more alternative rock. The other one, past one, that was alternative rock, but I could see other elements sort of branching it, like noise, not really, well, noise rock was there because of Daisy Chainsaw. However, also the other one I saw a little more folkish, kind of, in some of the slower ones. The folk does not come through on any of that other album. Well, it comes through on Taxidermy, which is the album made after this, or was it the album made before? I'm gonna have to check this. I'm pretty sure Taxidermy was made in 2004, but I am not sure. I think Taxidermy might have came before this, and that is why I can see the folk element in Taxidermy, and not so much in this one. This is where Queenadreena goes full rock and sort of loses those elements. So we're going to open it up, and we've got, again, non-boring. This is very, that's very non-boring. I like how it matches the front cover. We've got the lyrics. One of my favourite lyrics is from The Butcher and the Butterfly. It says, "There is a finger missing on my right hand, a butcher's hand in a butterfly wingspan. The sky hangs on a thread as I paint the white picket fence red. Said I am alive or am I dead?" Again, I like this lyric a lot, though I'm still kind of deciding what the hell this song is meant to mean. I saw someone online say it's about her killing her child, and I definitely think that, it definitely gives those tones that this song is done after she's killed her own child, because there's words sort of scattered about that imply that, a sadness, but also a realisation of what she's done. So, yeah. Back, we've got our lovely Katie Jane. Here she is, sort of matching, actually she's matching the album here. She's got her pink lipstick and the yellow back tones. I actually should mention I actually did want to do an eyeliner job like this. And we've got a track list, so there it is. Yeah, I'll go through all the tracks. But yeah, also I have to show this CD. CD is matching to the album. It's in pink, which I really like. And you got the white rim here, which again I like, and the name. Always up for some writing on a CD, so that's pretty good. First track it does open on is a very fitting, personally, track to the album. The song, Suck. Now, Suck is personally, I think, it is not a catchy song like the rest of the songs, which are a little bit more catchy. You can sing them throughout the day. However, the song is not really that catchy. However, it's a good introduction into the album, and I personally really love it for that. So, this one personally is a jab at the entertainment industry and taking advantage of people who are maybe poorer or vulnerable to you for exploitation. Now, I think this is very sort of intertwined with Katie Jane, because Katie Jane also apparently was put into sort of stress of the limelight after she garnered attention with Daisy Chainsaw. She was, hurt by the entertainment industry. I've seen an interview where she was obviously very uncomfortable, and she was uncomfortable being in the limelight. Entertainment industry put her in the limelight, so I'm guessing that this is a jab at the entertainment industry. It's got a really good sort of catchy hook, which I really like, and the drums on this are absolutely they fit so well. Second is the song Medicine Jar. Now, this one is actually quite a popular Queenadreena song. I'd say the most popular Queenadreena song is most likely the song, I'm trying to consider it like, I think it's probably the song, actually I think it might be the song that's the most popular Queenadreena song, but you've got other songs like, actually no, it might be just Pull Me Under, which I'll get to in a second, but this one is a pretty popular one. It garnered quite a lot of attention, I think, because the music video with, you've got Katie Jane, and she's all like dressed in rags. I should have mentioned that she got a lot of attention for dressing in rags as well, with dirt on her and everything. So I personally think that's why this got a lot of attention, is because Katie Jane being her normal weird self. But it's a really nice song. It's got a very, very strong lyrics, and her vocals are harsh in this, but they're also very strong, as I said. Yeah. Personally, I think the song might be about drug addiction or possibly crime. It's got a lot of, criminal sort of references, so I think it probably is most likely about drugs. The song, it's called Medicine Jar. you can sort of see where the two interlink, and I will say that. So yeah, I really like this one, and yeah, Ascending Stars. I really like this one because of the sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a really sort of high-pitched vocals by Katie Jane. They're very sort of ethereal, and I really love them. But yeah, the song is really nice, and I love her vocals in this, as I said. So, thought I'd join the dots, and I do like this one, but I'm aware that it is a cover, actually. I forgot who it's a cover of, sorry. But, yeah, it is a cover. But I'm not sure, actually. Do I know who this is? Does anybody else know, like, what cover this is of? Because I've completely forgotten, but I do really like this song. It's got a good catchy beat. It's got a good lyrics. I do like it, but I am aware that it is a cover. Oh god, this one's covered by a sticker. I'm going to see what this one is. Oh, I thought it was just Pull Me Under. I keep forgetting the name of the song. It is Pull Me Under. Yeah, I love this one. I'll play the play. Just pull me under. That bit gets in my head all the time. That one's really good. But, yeah, I really like this one because it's very obviously, my interpretation is it's about sort of giving up. Maybe I can see the drug theme coming through with Katie Jane on this one. Like, you know, I'll play the game, just pull me under. And maybe she's saying, I'll do whatever you like, just give me drugs. Maybe that could be my personal interpretation, or maybe giving in to someone because they pressure you. That could also be one of the interpretations. 6 is one that I've lost all interpretation on though. It's Racing Towards the Sun. This could be a commentary on harm. It's hard, I must get water, Racing Towards the Sun. Could that be possibly talking about how you don't take care of yourself? I don't know, and I personally never really bothered to look at the lyrics for this because I'm still not sure what it's meant to mean. 7 is Wolverines, and I do really like the lyrics at the start of this, specifically like the drum noise is really good. Yeah, this is one I haven't really looked at lyrics of either, because it's kind of my first time listening to some of these songs, because I haven't really listened to the entirety of this album. I've listened to most of the songs, some of them I just haven't touched, but I'm going to touch on them now because I listened to them today. So yeah, I do actually like this one. Katie Jane's vocals are a little bit down-pitched, which gives a very unique sound, which I like. 8 is Bird Nest Hair, and I honestly cannot remember about this song. I'm sorry, I can't. Whether it was not memorable or just me, I don't know, but I just cannot remember anything about this song. Next is Princess Car Wash. There's another version of Princess Car Wash on here, by the way, and I both like them equally, but this one is just a little bit more stronger. Vocals are shouty, they're rageful, they're everything. Lyrics is, you can probably tell, about prostitution, you know, but it does have a little bit of commentary in there about sort of lower class, working class struggles, you know, mainly using prostitution as an outlet for survival. So yeah, it's got harsh lyrics, but it's a really fun song personally. Well, not fun in the way that it's, you know, a fun song that's really light-hearted. No, it's more or less a fun song to just like listen to, be a sort of rage outlet in a way. 10 is In Red. I like this one, but again, I can't remember anything about this one because I keep getting it sort of mixed up with the song Black Spring Rising because they both have colours in the name, and I kept mixing that up. So I don't remember much about this one, just that I've listened to it before and it's a really good song, but it's not massively memorable. Some of these are not massively memorable, some of them are, but that doesn't mean that's a bad song. 11, another popular Queenadreena song. This one is FM Doll. Now, you'll recognise the name FM Doll was the stage name, I think, of Jonabet Ramsey, the pageant queen who was murdered. So it's a very sort of song where you can see the message before you actually listen to the song. Like, I knew this was going to be about exploitation of children, and it is. It's about, pageant queens, child pageants, how they are exploitative, and it's mostly about Jonabet Ramsey, but it could be applied to any of the pageant queens that were exploited. I don't know any more besides her, but any of them. This one is a song. It's got powerful vocals, really good guitars. I really personally like the guitars in this than any other song. And the music video for this, Katie Jane just ramps up her weirdness, and therefore she ramps up how good she is. 12 is Black Spring Rising. This is the one I got mixed with in red. This one is really good, but I again struggle to interpret this one. I saw someone on the internet talk about how this was maybe about possibly what were they talking about? Not recognising somewhere or something. I don't remember the interpretation really, but it is a very sort of I gotta get out of here, and actually that's one of the lyrics is I gotta get out. But I personally think this is maybe about wanting to live a different life, which obviously applies to Katie Jane because she didn't live the best life. Well, she lived the best life until she was obviously exploited by the entertainment industry, thrust into the limelight when she didn't obviously want that. But yeah, I really like this one, and it's got, again, unique sound on this one as well, with the vocals and everything. This whole sound is just sort of unique. I see that a lot. 13 is Childproof, and we take a very sort of different turn with this one, actually. The rest of the songs have been very rocky, very much, loud, shouting. This one takes a more hushed turn. Katie's vocals are right down, low. Yeah, and it has a very sort of self-pitying lyrics to it. The sky slipped out of my fingers, I think is one of my favourite lyrics on this. I didn't like this one initially because I thought it was too slow for Queenadreena, but I have learned to love it because I do think it's generally Katie putting her vocal talents to good use. 14 is actually not a remastered, it's a sort of redone version of Princess Car Wash. I'm guessing maybe this is a demo or a different version. I'm guessing it's a different version of Princess Car Wash. However, it might be a demo, I'm not quite sure. It is Princess Car Wash, but it's with a different style. It's got a different guitar sound, it's got a different sound in general. I am not going to say I like this more than the original Princess Car Wash because I definitely think they did upgrade it if this is a demo. However, this one's also really good, and I do think it's quite strong. Next is 15, The Cold Light of Day. Another hushed one, actually, but this one is shorter than Childproof, and it's really good, and I like it because, again, it's self-pitying, but it's really good, and I really like it, and it's a relaxation from, the noisy songs, which I love it when albums do that, like give you a chance to sort of relax from all the noise that they put you through, which I'm not complaining, but I do think that's a good thing for bands to put on their albums. 15, my favourite track on the whole album is The Butcher and Butterfly. Immaculate lyrics, immaculate vocals, immaculate everything. This one I hardly ever see anyone talk about, but Katie throws a whole massive rageful fit in the middle of it, and that is just really good. If this song is actually about her killing her own child, then I actually wouldn't be massively surprised because it has that tone, it has that style. Yeah, it definitely has that style. I'm going to say that this one is the best track on the album because it sort of sums up in the album. I mean, the album is named The Butcher and the Butterfly. This probably should have been the title track. I really do think that when an album is named after a song, maybe they should put it as the title track. But this one I'm not complaining about because I think it does deserve to be at the bottom because, well, it's sort of, it gives you, you're listening to all these songs and you're just like smacked in the face. Oh my god. And you're just smacked in the face with this album. I mean, not with this album, this song. You're smacked in the face with this song, which is just like, we've had the sadness, then we have the actually complete anger, which I think is a really good direction for an album to go with. So, as for this album, what would I rate it, personally? Would I rate it higher than Taxidermy? Yes, because I don't know as much songs on Taxidermy than this. I know, I know a few songs on Taxidermy, but I know that Taxidermy takes a more chill approach, which I'm not a massive fan of, because Queenadreena is a rock band, you expect them to be loud. However, I personally prefer this to Taxidermy, on a personal level, obviously. I would not rate Taxidermy higher than this. If we were talking about Drink Me, I would also rate Drink Me on the bottom, because some of the songs are just not memorable, and are not, my massive favourites, but this one has a load of favourites on it, and that's why, in particular, I chose to buy it. For the price, this was actually £11, or £10.98, I think. For this album, it is cheap, because the rest of these are like 35 quid. Even more than 35 quid, some of them were 40. Even more than 40, funnily enough, but, yeah, I think that I got this for a really good price. It is a little bit damaged, you can see. Well, I can't really see on camera, but, there is a bit of scratch on it. There is scratches and marks on the back. This has obviously been someone's belonging for a while and they're looking to sell it. However, I personally don't mind that. I like second-hand CDs, and especially with this one, you're not going to find it at your local record shop. So I personally really like that. But, yeah. Would I review any other Queenadreena albums personally in the future? Well, I'm not really going to buy any on CD after this, to be honest, because a lot of them are just downright expensive and I don't want that. If I burn them, maybe, but I don't really know if I'm that bothered to burn anymore, since I'm an avid listener to Queenadreena, but I more or less listen to them on SoundCloud more than actually physical media, while with some of my other bands, I listen to the albums more on CD than I do on my phone. So, yeah. Anyways, I know I said I would review the Sunlandic Twins, which I will work on. However, I'm still not used to, of Montreal albums because, well, I've only listened to, a few songs on the Sunlandic Twins. Actually, I think I knew more. I knew more than Skeletal Lumping, but I just still don't really know much. And there's also a bonus CD, which I'm going to have to also review, which I don't know many of the songs on there, though I really love the bonus EP. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and bye.